Getting one of my first jobs as an expo girl at a restaurant sounded amazing. I was working with my best friend, I was getting small discounts on food, I was getting experience, it was amazing. That wasn't until I saw my pay. You're telling me I'm supposed to live off $6 and maybe some tips? I don't think so. That definitely wasn't enough for the amount of cranky old people I had to deal with. I was just starting college and I needed to save more money. For this reason, I believe that the U.S. Congress should raise the federal minimum wage to $15. After gaining experience in this field and doing a lot of research, I strongly believe that it would only be beneficial to raise this wage, to up the wage. As someone who is in the target group of minimum wage workers, I believe it's only right to speak up about this nationwide issue for not only teens, but for everyone else. The U.S. is greedy when it comes to money. They pose unfair punishment on teens who seek money for their future or education, families who rely on paychecks to feed them and pay other expenses, and workers who just solely rely on tips. For this reason, the first reason I believe raising minimum wage is the right choice is because it supports teens who are needing money for education, which then could lead to less debt. According to an article on August 1st, 2024 from USA Facts, there are over 167 million people in the nation's labor force. Roughly 6.36 million of them are teens. Of those teens, the majority of them decide to go to college. According to an article from Understanding College Affordability, each year 30 to 40% of college students take out federal loans, and 70% of students who receive a bachelor's degree have education debt by the time they graduate. If wages were raised to $15 an hour, there would be a decrease in the percentage of students who take out these debts, which leads to less debts, making that debt more affordable to pay off. Because there are concerns that students may stay in those jobs if wages were higher, but I believe that students have passions and goals and they will find a way to achieve that, even if it means college. This is simply a solution to ease the tensions of college without having cost and debt as a burden. Another reason minimum wage should be raised is for the families who struggle living paycheck to paycheck. A January 21st, 2025 article by the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities writes the Supplemental Assistance Program, SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, is the nation's most important anti-hunger program, reaching some 41 million people nationwide in 2024. These 41 million people only count the adults. But what about the children? There are probably plenty of children who are living off these food stamps with their parents. I have no doubt that the 41 million would be tripled. That's a concerning amount of people who are struggling to eat their food. Some of these people who might not even apply to these programs strictly live off their minimum wage or their tips. Raising the minimum wage would not only feed the mouths of plenty of children and adults, but it would also cover costs of other expenses like healthcare. One last reason minimum wage should be raised is that it will support those who solely rely on tips. According to the Department of Labor, an employer of a tipped employee is only required to pay $2.13 an hour in direct wages. Working on a job when tips determine how much your pay is stressful and unfair. A lot of times people earn tips based on their looks and attitude. Some people may not get recognized for their work, and that means less money. Raising minimum wage while lowering the payout rate will give a fair chance to those who work in demanding jobs. For all these reasons, I want to make it clear that I don't believe that if wages were raised that we should settle for it. I believe that it's just a better chance to provide money for those who are really in need in these hard times. As inflation continues to rise, we the people cannot be left behind as wages stay the same. The increase would benefit countless amounts of students, families in need, and would encourage individuals to work more if they knew they were getting more. So hearing all of this, would you really want to miss out on an opportunity to have less worry about money less worry about money for important things like I did? I know I would.